Alright, first video of 2026, and seeing this as the 20th anniversary of the Cars franchise, how about we kick things off with a Cars-related video, which will be the return of this series after over a year. But first, I got some stuff to clean up first. Remember at the beginning of the last couple of race videos where I mentioned that Riley, the backup racer for RPM, had a season-ending crash? Well, he did have a crash. However, it wasn't enough to end his season. What I should have mentioned was the return of fellow Piston Cup racer Morgan Shepherd, who decided to return to the top division of the Piston Cup after being gone recently. He was also the racer that qualified 58th last race. If I showed another racer, I was wrong. Now onto this race, the Palm Mile 300. Unfortunately, Krusty Roeder got sick before this race, so now he'll have to sit out. But let's get on the racers that will not be sitting out. Lightning McQueen will start at pole position for this race, with Ryan Newcar starting on his outside. Row 2 has the King Strip Weathers and Lucas 95. Row 3 has Claude Scruggs and myself, both of which did really well in practice. Same with Billy Oilchanger, who will be starting in row 4 today, with Chick Hicks to his outside. Row 5 has Sonic OMT, hoping to wreck Kurt Busch-Tire, and Kurt Busch-Tire's teammate, Mark Carton. Kurt Busch-Tire himself will be starting in row 6, with Tony Gasworth to his outside. Row 7 has Casey Corner and Greg Candyman. Row 8 has Sonic EXE, starting a bit further back than I expected, and Chuck Armstrong to his outside. Row 9 has Chuck's teammates, Kevin Shiftright and Rusty Wheelhouse. Row 10 has Matt Garzeth and Dale Earnhardt Jr., last race's winner. Row 11 has another set of Rush Racing teammates, Carl Edwards and Greg Biebel. Row 12 has Jeff Gorvette and Sage Vander Spin. Row 13 has Sage's teammate Floyd Mulvihill making his first start this season, and Hall Vegas to his outside. Row 14 has Kyle Busch-Tire, Kurt's younger brother, and Kevin Carvick to his outside. Row 15 has Todd Marcus making his first start this season, and Murray Clutchburn to his outside. And row 16, there's Ernie Gearson and Eugene Carbareski, hoping to wreck Ken Schrader today. Row 17 has Jeremy Carfield and Joe Brakecheck. Row 18 has the teammates of Elliot Draftler and Dale Carr from Crazy 8's team. Row 19 has Jeff Burnton in the 31 and Michael Cartrip. Row 20 has Bobby Carboni and Ricky Slood. And row 21 has Casey Gears in the 41 and Misty Motorcross. Row 22 has Casey Gears' teammates Jamie McCarry and Sterling Carlin. Row 23 has Brian Vickers and Ken Schrader, hoping to wreck Eugene Carbareski. Row 24 has Dave Laney and Winford Bradford Rutherford, who's finally back. And starting in the back row is Harvey Traxton in his first start of the season and Johnny Blinker in his second, managing to beat out Gerald Leadfoot, Aiken Axler, my girlfriend Wendy, Travis Draftfield, Jimmy Speedcar, and all of these other cars in qualifying among many others.